We are underway. The 2018 opener.
It is the first ever game for Utah Royals FC. Welcome into the beautiful Zion Bank Stadium here in Harriman City.
Here's Severino. Shot. What a goal. Shot to score from Kristen Press. She opens her account for Utah. Sebastian Velasquez got it and a goal. The shot is on. Unbelievable.
Sent in. Shot off the post and in. Amy Rodriguez.
Blake takes a shot, and he hammered it home.
Brittany Ratcliffe
Scores! There it is. What a strike!
Hello and welcome to the 2019 Stronger Together Season Preview Special here on KSL. I'm the voice of Real Salt Lake, Brian Dunseth. 2018, absolutely monumental year for the club. First professional women's franchise in our state's history, the Utah Royals FC. It was launched, glowingly received by the locals, and the inaugural home match was a sellout. I was there, it was incredible. The second largest debut in NWSL history. In the end, Becky Sauerbrunn, Kristen Press, Kelly O'Hara, amongst many others, finished one spot out of the playoffs while averaging the second best home attendance in the league, just over 9,000 people per game. And if it wasn't enough, Deloy Hansen, the owner of RSL, deepened Utah's connection to the beautiful game by opening an $80 million academy and training facility in Harriman, Utah. World-class building, which is the day-to-day home for Real Salt Lake, Real Monarchs, and all academy teams, plus a fully functioning STEM charter school. And for the first time in club history, the entire soccer pyramid is under one roof, making the likelihood of keeping the next Justin Glad or a Brooks Lennon that much easier for the future. But before we look too far down the road at what 2019 can bring, let's take one step back, relive the pinnacle moment on the soccer field for RSL in 2018, which of course is the history that was made, a thrilling knockout round victory over Western Conference expansion debutantes LAFC. In the next 30 minutes, we'll take you behind the scenes, give you an exclusive look of what life was like for the players, for the coaches, for the staff in the week leading up to the playoff thriller in the City of Angels.
Just talk about the emotion of going through Sunday and waiting, and even the whole week before, where you guys don't know your fate, but kind of waiting to see what happens.
Yeah, it was definitely a lot of emotions, a bit of a roller coaster. The week before, heads were definitely a little down, knowing we didn't take care of business in Portland.
After Portland game, yes, everyone of us was not so happy because we lost this game.
Yeah, it was a weird first part of the training because you don't know. I think tensions were a bit high.
Everyone kind of expected the Galaxy to win.
Different wave of emotions yesterday. You know, it wasn't looking good for us.
So it was a little weird in the beginning, but after we knew we were in, it was all focused.
I want to say thank you to Houston Dynamo, but I mean, on the end of the day, we deserve to be in because on the end we have 1 point more than Galaxy.
For the body of work that we did, we were more consistent than LA Galaxy. So from my point of view, soccer prevailed. You know, the honesty of it.
And, you know, we've shown, you know, everyone this year that we're a dangerous team.
We won the series against Seattle. We won the series against KC. We won the series against Dallas. We've done some good stuff this year that led us to deserve where we're at and to the point that we're at.
At the beginning of the preseason, if you ask everyone where they'd like to be come October in the playoff, and you know we're glad that we're in, and it's all the hard work that we've done during the year paid off.
And hopefully we can come back to Salt Lake and go to the next round of the playoffs.
Just really excited to get started and get into it and see if we can make something happen.
After the game, I grabbed the staff right away. I said, family, sorry, give us 15 minutes. Went right in my office on the whiteboard doing stuff. Cappy's in there, his phone rings, it's one word. Oh, yeah. He picked up and go, yeah! What'd he say? He said, tell Mike. I said, I'll send him a case. Freddie. Congrats, coach. Hey, listen, I'll tell you right now, we're in the playoffs because we deserve to be in the playoffs, all right? Winning record, we've been in the playoff picture for 5 months. We're better than the Galaxy on record, as well as the players that we have, all right? They've had their way with us this year, but I'll tell you this right now. Thought about it long and hard yesterday talking with the staff. LAFC has not seen close to our best this year. Teams that are ahead of us in the playoffs, we've beaten 3 of those teams in the series this year. When we're at our best, I put us up against anybody, all right? That board in there that shows the standings is wiped clean right now. There's 6 teams only on there, 0 points for everybody, right? This is a playing game, guys, all right? Playoff mentality started for me last week when we talked about it. We're preparing for, we're going to be in the playoffs. We're in the playoffs now. Today, I want to see a playoff environment, all right? I want to see a playoff environment from everybody. He plays there with the national team. I don't know how much of a loop it'll throw for them, but I think it will be like, well, okay, well, and now he has the option to come in, stay out, and he knows, you know, he knows how to do that. Right? This whole pattern is based off of our shape, our sideline press, and exploiting out of it, okay? More of a counterattack style at times, all right? So when we win the ball on the sideline, we can't keep the ball in the same channel. If one relief pass, and then whether it's Corey going from here, Dami, Albert, opposite to Savarino, they're expecting one thing. They're not expecting your speed up top, all right? We might utilize that. And Albert, if he is out wide, is going to be coming in a lot more. When it comes to you first, I want you to dribble a little bit, turn it back and bring it. When it comes to you second, you dribble, leave it, and then he takes it. If you see that getting away from you, get a hold of him, solid block.
Hey, when they do go back, do you want us to try and kind of get to a point where we can get set up like
100%. Yep, as high as we can. As high as you can, as long as we're compact.
As soon as they go, we want him to kick it.
Yes, yep.
I feel like if we get knocked out on Thursday, it's kind of, yeah, it'll mean nothing, you know. It'll mean the same thing as if we didn't make playoffs, you know. So we can't be satisfied with making the playoffs. We have to advance past LAFC and then get a double leg with Kansas City.
Haven't really shown them our best so far this year, so instead of trying to focus on them, focus on ourselves, show them the team that we really are.
In some ways, I think it's good. We lost to them twice. Maybe they'll feel, you know, they've done it twice. They'll do it the third time, but I can guarantee you this will be the hardest game of the 3 that we played them.
Well, I mean, they have some amazing attackers. They pass the ball really well, move the ball well, incredibly dangerous team, but I know we got the guys to contain them, and I know we can come out with the victory here.
All right, guys. A little bit on how they attack to begin with. Okay, they're a good team on the ball, and they can play through us if we get stretched out. In a couple instances in the Vancouver match, when they played them at home, Vancouver got very stretched out, and LAFC took advantage of it. Our right back can't go so far in to where we allow Rossi all this time and space on the ball. Even though his first touch wasn't good there, he's allowed to play Vela in behind, and then there are 9 left unmarked in the box. Rossi will look to make these little runs, diagonals, either inside the right back or behind the right back. We have to make sure we're aware of it. Our center backs and our outside backs are aware of these little runs. Can't make too many short passes, especially in this part of the field. Let's look to find our outside back at times. Once we make a couple short passes, a short, long game is effective against them. Quality movement, 1 and 2 touch in the middle third of the field. There's going to be gaps that open up. Just have quality on the ball. Keep it moving. Take the space when it's on. Switch the point of attack. Get them moving side to side. Create 2v2 opportunities.
What do you remember about your first playoff experience, and how are you able to relate that to so many of these young guys who are having their first playoff?
Yeah, no, my first playoff experience, excited to get in. You know, I couldn't wait. I couldn't sleep. I was very nervous. You know, so yeah, I could relate to some of these young guys. Just trying to tell them, hey, just have to be calm. Get out there, use that energy, that balled up energy, and go out and just let it loose. It's one game. You know, I don't want, at the end of the day, you don't want to come off the field and say, you know what, I could have done this, I couldn't have done. When you get out the field, we should be pulling you off the field. And that's the type of message that we're trying to send to the players. Just give it everything. This is it, all or nothing. And at the end of the day, you know, you can look yourself in the mirror and say, I gave everything. And that's what we ask of them.
All right, Damir, your first taste of MLS playoffs tomorrow, and playoffs in general. You haven't had that ever in a league that you've played in. Are you looking forward to the experience?
Yeah, that's a great experience. We are very excited about this game tomorrow, and yeah, as I said last 2-3 days, it's another opportunity for us. We want to use it. And yeah, about system, I didn't play like playoffs because in Europe is other system. But as I said, it's so interesting because if you finish like 4th, 5th or 6th in scale, you have on the end of the day win the league, and that's very good.
You guys hit the ground, trained here in LA. tomorrow, the biggest game of the year. How would you describe the mood of this group right now?
Yeah, the mood it's excellent because, as I said, we got another opportunity. I mean, last 10 days we used this break excellent, and we have to put tomorrow, work in and to be passion and to try to take the next round.
And then the striker, you know the runs the strikers want to make. Like, there's no harm in just bumping them all the time because they get really annoyed, like really, really annoyed. But it's not really a fault. What is Elon Musk? Is he trying to build some tunnel or something, or some whatever? Oh, the only thing I can see is like that train in Black Panther. Have you seen that? Yeah. Where like the things come up and it propels it along. That's all I can think of, and that's not even real. This is pure fantasy.
That place is real.
So Elon Musk has basically seen Black Panther and said, I'll tell you what, I've got an idea. I'm going to change the game. To be honest, I don't like this one. Just feels kind of weird. Yeah. Oh, look at the dogs. Oh.
So bad.
Why?
Because you don't like dogs.
Yeah. Listen, when you spend most of your childhood being chased by dogs, you get to a point where you're probably not going to want to just bring one into your life.
I was chased by my dog, but...
No, but that's by your dog. I was chased by other dogs. That's the difference. Do you know the funniest thing about it? If anything that I've said since I've been mic'd up, this is the thing that which could get me into the most trouble, me saying I don't like dogs. I've got 3 children, I've got a wife, I've got no more time in the day for anything else. Yeah, there's still not enough time in the day, even if I had nothing else to do. There's still not enough time to get a dog.
Exactly. That's why you're...
Dark, twisted, sick.
You're just different.
Like 3 points, you want to win them, but if you don't win them out, it's next week. Where now it's like, here we go. We're going away from home for a must-win game. It's not like, oh, let's see if we can have a positive performance or stuff like that. No, there's just win. It's so different. Why have you all got to be so different? I had a guy come to my house who was trying to he was like a handyman or something. He was asking me what I did, so I told him. And he started talking about the game and how he doesn't really like soccer that much because he says he hates ties. I'm like, well, why? Why do you hate ties? Only in America do people hate ties. Only just, oh, you must win or you must win. Just ties.
It's okay.
All right, boys. This is our 35th pregame. All right. So there's nothing new, no new science into these pregame meetings. It's reminding you of things that we've spoken about now over the last week. Starting lineup: Nick and goal, Aaron, Natum, Marcelo, Brooks along the back, Kyle and Luke. Don't wait until the ball is received from their outside back and then go. Start anticipating. If one guy goes, everyone comes over, you're blocking off channels, all right? As an organized group, we must press all players closest to the ball. And then we keep everything in front of us and get back in our block. If they do play the ball back, perhaps to the goalie or a deeper center back that's back, everybody moves up together. We do not lose our shape, but we gain as much ground as we can. As Beckerman plays it back to Luke, take off of that sideline at full pace. Guys, when we have the ball, we need creativity. We need movement in our build-out. If there's space there, go. Then we must have the confidence from behind guys to play this ball. We did it one time this year, about 5-6 months ago, and we should have had a goal off of it. It was blocked, all right? It can be on. Enjoy this, boys, all right? Here we go.
Talk about kind of what's going on in your personal life right now that maybe makes this experience one that you'll remember.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen a ton of my friends and teammates have to go through the same thing, and now it's finally me. So it's neat. It's still, you know, it's surreal. It feels like it's a long ways away, but until that call comes, that's when it'll be super real, and everything will go really fast. But yeah, for now, it's focus. And you know, I'm just looking forward to it. I'm excited to be a father and you know, add an addition to our family.
Welcome everyone to the Audi 2018 MLS Cup playoffs here at Bank of California Stadium. LAFC and RSL getting set for action.
We don't need
Like Ichigo, did he get him? No, he didn't get him.
Everything else changes. We're targeting this guy. All right, get it in your head right now. Ball goes to him. We collapse. Get out there, boys. Start controlling your emotions a little bit. All right. It's a big game. We're going to be up for it. All right. We must control it though. It's a 90-minute game. It's not a first 5 minutes game. Have your emotions in check. They're going to come out flying. I know in the right moments we're going to be flying. All right. But start getting used to the atmosphere. Start getting used to the grass. It's beautiful grass out there. All right. They're going to wet it. It's going to play fast. Start getting mentally into it. Talk yourself into it. All right. Be ready for this and enjoy it. All right.
It's all on the line tonight in LA. No second legs, no second chances. It's the purest form.
21 minutes in. Job well done. Yep. That's the one thing they wanted to limit is LAFC playing through the middle, and they've done so.
Now Leonard playing wide. He's found his man. The shot is on! And it is Krylak with the breakthrough. They are stunned here at Bank of California.
Great start from Mike Petke's boys here in Los Angeles.
Fanzo's a free kick does come in now, and the equalizer, just like that, and it's redemption for Danilo Silva.
Both teams have been called off the field, and if I'm not mistaken, play has been suspended here.
Immediately after the goal, looks like there was more to be thrown down into the RSL penalty area right in front of the goal that Nick Raimondo is defending. Gardner ran back over to the sideline. He said, everybody off the field. We're going to take 5 minutes. So all players off the field for 5 minutes. The game has been suspended.
All right, remember, he's a homegrown player, but Mike Petke, what was his quote? He plays for the team, and that's why he's been in the lineup tonight.
Now Ramirez is broken through! Christian Ramirez! Superman strikes again! A fantastic finish from Ramirez. And LAFC have turned this game on its head. Still Corey Badge in the mix. Badge. The shot eventually arriving from Albert. Oh, what a shot! Unbelievable! RSL have equalized.
Krylak has had, what, maybe 2 chances on the night, and both of them have been textbook finishing.
Exchange of passes, and Lennon is bursting forward. He is a forward by nature. Brooks Lennon still going. Krylak feeding it wide. Oh, and it's gone in! RSL are back in front. It was a deflection that has put them there, but they won't count one shot. What an amazing performance here from Mike Petke's men. Turn the lights out on LA. The expansion team's debut season has ended, and RSL, who needed a minor miracle on decision day just to be in these playoffs, live on and make the Western Conference semi-final.
This LAFC team that we beat tonight is one of the best teams in this league. And for them to come in here and put that performance in, at times it wasn't pretty, but that's what you have to do to get a result.
It's a good feeling in the locker room. You know, they got 2 on us in the regular season, so we definitely wanted to respond to that.
When you're in a game where you know it's a must-win game or your season's over, then the bare minimum you're gonna expect to give is to put your body on the line, because it matters. If you get it wrong today, your season's done.
He's a guy who puts in so much work. He's such an unbelievable pro. And so when you see him with success with goals like that, you're just so happy for him, and he's just happy for the team.
You know, the season he's having, that stuff doesn't go wide. It was a truly great finish, and it was a great time for us as well.
We were so So thanks, coach. Mentally, we were so strong, and I mean, to be mentally strong, to show the quality, it's the best way to go through this game.
I feel like maybe you have a second lease on life in a way?
For sure. I feel like we're on house money, and we're trying to double up.
I wouldn't say that we sort of roared into the playoffs, but now we're here, you know, I think we're going to be a force.
What a night that was, and it's a win that RSL Nation will remember for a really, really, really long time. So what's next? Well, there's a lot to look forward to this season, folks. First, let's acknowledge the simple fact that Major League Soccer expansion is happening once again with the addition of FC Cincinnati starting play in Major League Soccer in 2019. And don't sleep on MLS teams selling and spending at a record pace in 2019, not to mention some big-name coaches that are making their way stateside to coach in Major League Soccer. From an RSL perspective, the signings of Everton Luis, of Sam Johnson, providing immediate experience and competition for spots in Mike Pecky's starting 11 on opening day. And when you pair all of those offseason signings with the Karate Kid Daimir Krylock, starting his second year with RSL, and the 2018 MLS Rookie of the Year in Corey Baird, who's fresh off 2 international appearances for the full U.S. men's national team, alongside the likes of Jefferson Savarino and the newly re-upped Albert Rusnak, the attacking options in Mike Pecky's offense looks to be the most dynamic and flexible in the history of the club, which I expect to bring out the best in what has become the deepest roster, hands down, in the team's history. There's competition for playing time in literally every position so far this year, and don't be surprised when you see 1 or 2, maybe even 3 familiar faces on the bench, and ultimately, I see RSL as a playoff contender in the West. The question is, do they have enough to clinch home field advantage? Well, that's going to come down to the maturity of the squad and picking up points away from home. It's a young roster that sometimes took their lumps last season on the road. Regardless, I can't wait for it all to begin next week in Houston, March 2nd, against the Houston Dynamo. Catch the match right here on the KSL TV app, starting at 3:30 Mountain Time. And as always, thanks for joining us today. We'll see you throughout the season at the Riot. Looking forward to you guys seeing soon.